Bienvenidos, mi gente. Welcome to the Truck Boss Show. As you can see, we continue to play it safe and are working from home. But that doesn't keep us from bringing you the 411 of the industry. For today, we have Wilkin's Chrome Shop, Hours of Service Extension, Trucker's Crime, Freight Volume Increase, CBD Oil Warning, and AAA Trucking School. So vámonos to get the show started. Last week, we introduced you to a cool chrome shop here in Oklahoma in which they are known for restoring 359 Peterbilts. The owner is a retired trucker with a wicked sense of humor because he actually combined a Winnebago with a Peterbilt. And if you don't believe me, you got to see it for yourself.
I'm going to show you a little bit about the Peterbago attempt I made, a motorhome. This is a 1977 Grumman Olson body. It was an old Mack tool truck. I disassembled it and reassembled it into what you see here now. 4 1/4 B model, 3406 B Cat, and 750 Allison automatic transmission. Got propane injection on it, so it don't have any trouble getting down the road pretty good. I built it to pull my Jeep around that I go rock climbing with. It's just a lot of fun and somewhat of a Peterbilt. It's got a Peterbilt hood. Actually, that's the only thing that's Peterbilt about it is the hood. The rear end, the Freightliner, the front axles, International, the steering columns, everything comes from our salvage yard out here. What we needed is what we go get, put on it. This was the end result right here. The murals on this motorhome is the only thing that I didn't do. I told my mural painters that I wanted a picture of something everybody dreams of finding. Well, everybody don't dream of finding this. This is what I dream of finding. Out in the middle of nowhere, all these old cars around an old barn. That's what I live for. We're going to explain a little bit about the interior of this motorhome, but all the amenities inside are brand new as I put it together. So that made it somewhat easier. The whole dash, I had to rebuild everything on the dash. It's powder coated and got cruise control on it. The front axle's got air ride on it. I put this lazy boy recliner in here so my wife be comfortable and sleep, and that's where I like for her to be, is to sleep while I'm driving. It'll sleep 3 pretty comfortable. Folds down to here. Then the cushions go back on the bed. Over here's a afterthought of my cattle hauling days. I had a cattle trailer that had a door like this in it. It folded out, this folds down. That makes the floor even out. Just a lot of little things that I did to it that makes it a lot simpler. It was something you did yourself, and it was your own idea, and you get somebody else's attention. That's what it's about. That's the fun.
And if you didn't know, they also have their 10th annual Busted Knuckle Truck Show coming up this September 18th through the 19th. And of course, the Truck Boss Show plans on being there. Now let's go to Carlin, who has some 411 on the hours of service.
As the pandemic continues, the FMCSA has decided to extend the hours of service waivers, at least for those hauling certain loads. The extension is for those hauling livestock and livestock feed, medical supplies related to COVID-19 efforts, and PPE, things like masks and hand sanitizer. The waiver will now run through August 14th. Now, we know that all the new changes to the HOS rules and all these waivers can be confusing, but if you're ever questioning something, go check out Trucker Nation. Andrea Marks, the Director of Communications for the organization, is extremely knowledgeable and often hosts live Q&As on Facebook. Now, Isela, we've got a rather sad and serious story for our viewers this week.
Thank you, Carlin. A truck driver involved in a fatal accident in Indiana, killing 4 juveniles, 2 teens and 2 children. But this driver is no stranger to being involved with the law. In 2015 and 2016, Corey Withrow had been convicted of reckless driving, drug paraphernalia, and heroin possession. Witnesses stated that prior to the accident, the truck driver was driving crazy, causing a terrible accident. The driver of the car was able to be rescued with severe injuries, and of course the other 4 passengers didn't make it. The Indiana Truck Association stated that Corey should have never been behind the wheel. The real question here is, why was he even allowed to drive in the first place? He was a driver for Bartnett's Inc., a company out of Ohio in which, according to the SAFER, has 39 trucks. Barnett has not commented on this matter. But now this driver has taken 4 lives, in which he had been bonded out on a $35,000 bond. Following an officer visit, he was found under the influence again and rearrested. And now he is what we hope jailed until trial. Carlin, has some good news on volume freight.
That's right, Isela. The pandemic has slowed a lot down, but it hasn't slowed down freight volume. In fact, it's up 25% year over year, and there's been very little decline since the 4th of July holiday week. What's more, this year's freight volumes are 23% higher than they were in 2018, which many consider a banner year. And the good news doesn't stop there. According to FreightWaves, 14 of the top 15 freight markets have all reported gains week over week since the holiday week. Now, Isela, you've got a warning for drivers out there.
CBD has been a topic for a good minute now, especially in the trucking industry. The U.S. Department of Transportation told truck drivers the use of CBD oils would be at their own career risk. On July 13th, a warning was issued by DOT drug policy official briefing the FMCSA Advisory Committee. Sue Leonard, policy advisor at DOT's Office of Drug and Alcohol Policy Compliance, stated, if a driver tests positive for marijuana, even if it's only from CBD use, the result will likely be serious. Federal law now allows a TH concentration of 0.3% or less to be classified as hemp. CBD oil products said to have many benefits like helping asthma, anxiety, movement disorders, and pain. Leonard added that for truck drivers, the DOT drug and alcohol testing regulation does not authorize the use of Schedule I drugs, including marijuana, for many reasons. And she goes on to say, when I think THC, a lot of people think marijuana. They might not realize that hemp also has THC in it. The medical review officer will notify the employer, and the driver's name will be put on a FMCSA drug and alcohol clearinghouse, where it will remain on a driver's record for 5 years, perform various other tests, and be responsible for other possible fines. This is a warning to all drivers. Safety is number one, and if your career is important, then you should think twice about risking it. Carlin?
Thanks, Isela. For our second segment this week, we had the chance to chat with a very busy woman, Emily Soloby, who owns not one, but 2 businesses. Our girl Nikki sits down to talk about one of them, AAA Trucking School in Philadelphia. Check it out.
Hey everyone, Nikki here at the Truck Boss Show. Today we are joined by our new friend Emily Soloby, co-owner of AAA School of Trucking and founder and CEO of Juno Jones Shoes. So for those who aren't familiar, what is the AAA School of Trucking and when was it founded?
AAA School of Trucking is a CDL training and testing company. We're based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We also have a campus in Harrisburg. And we actually do trainings nationwide for all kinds of companies, motor carriers, and federal government, as well as state and local government. And we were founded in 1997.
What made you want to take over this venture?
I was working as a lawyer. And my husband, Ryan, was doing something completely different as well. But neither of us were really that happy with our jobs, and we wanted to change. And right about that time, Ryan's uncle, who had started AAA School of Trucking, wanted to retire. So he said, would you two like to come work for me and learn this business? And we had never thought about it before, but it seemed like such an exciting opportunity. So we went to work for him, and we learned the business from just the ground up. And then we opened our own campus in Philadelphia, and eventually we bought the business.
What is your role at the school?
Well, when we first started, of course, I was one of the original people to start the Philadelphia campus. So I really, with my husband, built that from the ground up and really got that off of the ground. As the years went on, my role changed a little bit, and now my main role is as Director of Development. I focus on procurement and partnerships and growing the company.
What are your goals with the school for the future?
Our goal really for the future is to continue doing what we're doing now, which is to establish partnerships and get people back to work. I think one of the main issues right now is massive unemployment happening in this country, and we really want to play a role in helping get people trained so they can get back to work, get a job, start a new career. So we're really looking to partner with as many agencies and organizations as we can to help get people funded and trained.
Nice. So where can people find more information out about the AAA Trucking School?
Our website is AAACDL.com. So they can go there and find out all the information that they need.
Well, thank you so much, Emily, for joining us today. And that's it for this segment of the Truck Boss Show. We'll see you on the next one.
Now, Nikki has another interview with Emily coming up, so hit that like and subscribe button so you don't forget.
And so you don't also forget, for next week's show, we're going to be having the diva Diesel Behavior and Matt and Joey. You know, they always have cool stuff. But I like what Diesel Diesel Behavior has, Carlin, they also actually have some cool stuff for women joining the industry. So.
Yeah, it's going to be
Always
really
good
awesome
stuff.
next week, so be sure to tune in for that. And tomorrow, we actually have an extra that's going to be, again, detailing some claims with load training. So if you actually missed our episode last week or you didn't get a chance to see it, be sure to tune into that extra because it will have a lot of great information for you.
And the CVSA break week is coming up August 23rd through the 28th. God! So you got to make sure that you have your brakes all in line. Everything, has to be good with them, because if not, for one, safety is first. You don't want to hurt nobody out on the road. And second of all, they will come at you with some good fines, and you don't want that.
Definitely don't want that. And we've given you guys plenty of warning, so now you should be able to get in the shop, get that taken care of. Also, don't forget about our giveaways. We're starting to do that monthly giveaway stuff. So next month, in first week of August, we're going to be telling you what we are giving away and how you can win. So be sure to tune in for that one.
The Truck Boss Show likes to hook you up.
That's right. And like, share, subscribe, invite your friends. That way we can keep doing this. Can't bring you giveaways, can't bring you the information that you need to know without your guys' support. So continue to support us and invite your friends too as well.
Yes, because we can't do this without you. So, Carlin, why do we do this?
Because you're the boss.